Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first Maintainer Summit. My name is Bob Killen. I am a CNCF technical program manager, but most of you, if you've heard of me before, probably know me from Kubernetes. I've worked with these two for years now, but yeah, glad to be here. Well,
Hey everyone, my name is Priyanka Saggu. I also work in the Kubernetes space with Bob, Nabarun, specifically in the SIG contributs.
Hey everyone, I'm Nabarun. I've been working in the Contribex as well as Kubernetes space for the last 5.5 years. My first tryst with Kubernetes was also during the Contributor Summit in Barcelona, where I met Bob. Bob helped me a lot in getting started to various aspects of the community. So thank you all for being here, and thank you all for being here so early in the morning. I know Delhi mornings are pretty harsh.
we all discovered the fun of the traffic this morning.
Yeah, and we're on a quite remote part of Delhi as well, so it takes quite a bit of time to come here. Okay, so before we start, so I want to reiterate on the code of conduct. So since we're an event conducted by LF, CNCF, and we're a community event, we follow the CNCF code of conduct. You can go to scan the QR code. You can see the KDS code of conduct, which is essentially also the CNCF code of conduct. But
It's just a pointer to it.
yeah, it's just a pointer to it. But it all boils down to please be kind and excellent to each other, and don't do or say anything that might be harmful to anyone in general. And if you feel the code of conduct might have been violated, please feel free to reach out to conduct@kubernetes.io or conduct@
Or Bill.
or yeah, for raising any issues or concerns that you have. Having said that, the event also has very good closed captions. So if you want to read through what is happening at the event, you can scan the QR code. The QR code is also there on some pamphlets on each of the rows. You can just scan it, and an app will open, and you can read whatever is being said on the stage. Now, I'm giving it to Bob to talk a little bit about the evolution of Maintainer Summit.
So as I mentioned in the opening, this is the first Maintainer Summit, and this is kind of the next step for the Kubernetes Contributor Summit, which has technically gone on since 2016. I think there might have been a small one in 2015. But essentially, the CNCF has grown significantly. We now have more than 200 projects in there. And these events have been extremely beneficial to Kubernetes for, tackling project-wide issues. And we want to up-level this because there's a lot of commonalities, common problems that we're all experiencing at the CNCF, at the CNCF projects. And this gives us a wonderful path forward to come together and try and, work through those things and just share best practices and things like that with each other.
And just to highlight how big we have grown, this is how the CNCF landscape looks like today. I found it hard to fit it on one slide. And specifically for India maintainers, what we are seeing here is the chart for contribution of all of CNCF, and we are talking about 1.5 million contributions across all of CNCF. I believe that's. Yep. And among this, India itself has about 66.5 thousand. That deserves a big round of applause. And if we talk about contributors who are making those contributions, for CNCF, we are talking about 17,000 contributors, and out of them, about 1.3K, about 1.25K are India. We can definitely work on this, but because this is the number of people who are making those millions of contributions. So that is why we have Maintainer Summit to celebrate the contributors there. And Reviewers, definitely we can do a better job here because we just have 375 listed reviewers. We might have more, which are not currently on DevStats, but that's the number we have as of now from DevStats. And this is a number I fetched from DevStats below link as of December 7. And committers, we have 508, so about 500-ish committers from India. So we can definitely improve on increasing our contributor ladder from contributors to maintainers. And that is why we have spaces like KCS, Kubernetes Contributor Summit, which is now turning into Maintainer Summit to help us grow that number. And we have a lot of sessions planned from some of our great maintainers from across the CNCF landscape. Nabarun will walk us through that.
Sure. So if you're not able to find the rooms, or if you're not allowed to get into the rooms, don't worry. The room numbers are made that way. So first up, the first session to start with the day is from Sriram, who is going to take you through a hitchhiker's guide to SIG testing and how Kubernetes is tested. Then we have next session where Subhasmita will talk about what we do in SIG release and how different tools are used to release Kubernetes every 4 months. Then we have a talk from Shubham, Saranya, Sayan, and Namkyu to talk on chaos engineering, and they will walk you through Litmus Chaos and how they became a CNCF, or how they're on their path to become a CNCF graduated project. Then, so the timings are a little jumbled up right now. They're in order. So then we would have lunch, and lunch is going to be outside the room. You would see the lunch on the alley itself. And after lunch, we're going to have a session on container packaging by Akhil. And then, so the timings are same. The lunch is going to be 12:15 itself outside. It's just that the sessions got shifted by an hour, and Akhil's session is going to be after that. Schedule is updated. So if you have the app, you can see the updated schedule itself. And after Akhil's session, we will have Sayan Chaudhary talking about Flatcar Linux and what are they doing there. And after that, although here it's written 3 slots, but we actually took up 1 slot and then shifted the schedule, we're going to have 2 unconference sessions for which we seek topics from you and how you can propose a topic. Please do scan the QR code. You will go to a GitHub discussions creation thread where just propose your topic. I'll give like a 30 seconds pause here for you all to scan the QR code. Please do submit a topic. Please mention what's the topic description. What do you intend to get out of the discussion? How you're going to structure the agenda if possible. Basically, it's going to be a very open session where people will sit in a round table or here itself and talk about any technology that you want to propose to talk about. Yeah. So while others, they can scan this QR code. This is a different one. This will directly take you to the category listing page of discussions where you can go and upvote the created threads. We will take the upvotes also into consideration on deciding the topics that would be selected for those 2 slots. Although they're not the sole determinant factor, it's also like how the topic itself fits into the schedule and what people want to hear in the summit. Having said that, that ends us with the last topic of the agenda. We're going to have a group photo and a small mixer here in this room and outside. Usually the hallway tracks and the in-person discussions has been the moat of events like maintainer summits or Kubernetes contributor summits or KubeCons. So we will try to have a great discussion or impromptu chat like we have been having for the last half an hour here in this hall. With that,
Just another shout out to another maintainer summit, which is happening in 6 months-ish from now. The CFP, 4 months, correction, 4 months. So please scan this QR code if you want to submit a session for KubeCon Europe Maintainer Summit. This session will allow, this QR code will allow you to now submit CFPs for the phase 2. Phase 1 is already ended. If you find the CFP form closed, don't worry, we just ask Bob to open it again. It will be open again, and you can submit your talks, I think, till December 12th.
Yeah, it's December 12th, so as soon as people who have ownership access to Sessionize, they will open up the CFPs again.
When people in US wake up.
I was trying to be candid.
It's okay. It's the reality of the situation.
And before we stop, I also want to thank Sandeep. Sandeep, thank you so much for beta testing the accessibility platform we are using for this conference. Thank you so much. And with that, yes, enjoy and stay hydrated. And welcome again to India, and welcome to KubeCon India and Maintainer Summit.
Thank you all for making it. So yeah, having said that, we have our first session. We are already like running 4 minutes late. Shriram will start with the session.